This is Victor with Excited Atom Design. I realized that I forgot to post the video of how you actually use the Hinge template that I posted in my group. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with our box. So I have one here that I've laid out. It is, just the top and the bottom. You kind of want to set it up this way so that the top intersects with the bottom. Then we're going to go ahead and open up our Hinge template, one that you downloaded from my group. So what I want to do is I'm going to do the 1/8 U or J clip. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the whole guide. I'm going to hit Command C or Control C to copy it. Then I'm going to go ahead and bring it into my project. I'm going to go ahead and take it up, and I'm going to line up that dotted line with my seam. Now, to make these so that they're the same distance from each side, let me go ahead and make these strokes bigger so you can see them. What I normally do is I actually just draw a box and I line it up so it hits the edge of anything on the piece. I can do the lower ones or the upper ones. Then I will go ahead and grab both of them, and you can hold down Option Shift to copy it, or just Option, or you can go ahead and use Control C and then paste it. Now in my Properties palette, I'm going to go ahead and choose Flip Horizontally. Then I'm going to go ahead and drag this over until it lines up with that outside line. And with my smart guides on, you can see that it's lined up perfectly. I'll go ahead and delete the spacer boxes that I put in there. I'm going to go ahead and ungroup both of these because right now they're in a group. So what I can do is I can hit Command or Control Shift G to ungroup them, and now I can choose each thing separately. Okay, go ahead and delete the dotted line. You don't need that anymore. That was just your guide. I'm going to go ahead and select everything on the top. You can select everything just by dragging across and it'll select all the pieces. In my Properties palette, I'm going to go to the Pathfinder menu and I'm going to minus front. So now those holes are cut out of the top. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing with the bottom. I'm going to grab everything and I'm going to minus front. And now these holes are cut out of the bottom. Alright, if you want to check to make sure that your work is correct and you've placed them in the correct place, just go ahead and grab the clips, the hinge clips, and go ahead and bring them in. And we'll line up the bottom one. As you can see, they line up perfectly. And we'll line up the top one. If you want, what I tend to do is just go ahead and roll over it until I see anchor, and then I press and drag so that it meets up with that anchor point on that. I'm going to blow this up so you can see it again. So if I grab the anchor point, click and drag it down, and then I meet up with that other anchor point, you'll see that my selection tool turns white. So it's letting me know that it actually clicked on that anchor. I can do the same with the bottom. And then if I just kind of move this across, you can see that the hole and my pinhole line up perfectly. Alright, just go ahead and separate them and cut them. Alright, we're going to do the same thing now, and I'm going to do it for the barrel hinge that I created. So again, I start with my box. I have the top and the bottom. Go into my hinge template. I'm going to go ahead and grab the 8th hole guide. I'm going to copy it and bring it over. I'm going to line it up again so that it's right on, that dotted line is right on my scene. Again, I'll do my, this is where I want it spaced. Just dragging a box out. Go ahead and make a copy, again, using Shift Option or just Option. If I wanted to do just Option, I can drag it anywhere. If I use Shift Option, it will create a copy and it will stay on that line. So it'll stay perfectly in place. Go ahead in my Properties palette and flip horizontally. Drag the whole thing across until I line up with that outside edge. Delete those. Alright, now I'm going to ungroup these just like we did before. So Control Command Shift G. Go ahead and delete the dotted line because we don't need that. Now for this one, we need to make 2 copies of this because we need to cut from the lid and the base. So what I do, I'll just go ahead and drag it down to create a copy, and then I'll just drag it back up so that it sits perfectly on there. So now there are 2 copies of this and 2 copies of this. Select the top copy and the lid and go ahead and minus front. Now I can go ahead and move that up. I'll select the other 2 copies and the base and minus front. Okay, now I can drag that back down. And again, if you want to check your work, just go ahead in and grab the clips and then copy them in. So I'll go ahead and line this up so that that line meets up with that one. Same thing here. Line it up so that that line, there is going to be a little space in here. I set it up so that the barrel actually has a little bit of room to move. Alright, so I'll bring that back down to center those. And there you go. That's how you cut out for the barrel. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and do the other barrel that is posted as well, because there are separate holes that we need to cut for that as well. Okay, so I'll go ahead and delete these. Go into my hinge template. I'm going to grab my 1/8 inch hole guide for my hidden barrel. Copy it. Bring it back across. Again, lining it up. Go ahead and drag a box. Copy it again. Flip horizontally. Line it up with the edge. Delete the box. Ungroup. Get rid of my dotted line. This one we're going to do the same way we did the other one. I'm going to make a copy of these 2 boxes. These are fine. So I'm going to drag down a copy, drag it back up. Now I'm going to select these 2 plus the top 2 and the lid, and I'm going to minus front. Hold on. It's not, sometimes it doesn't let me select it. There it is. Okay, I'm going to minus front, push my lid up. Now I'm going to select everything on the bottom, minus front, and now I have my holes set up for my hidden barrel hinge. I'm going to bring these in again to check my work, make sure they're sitting exactly where I want them to. Copy them in. All right, I'm going to line up with the base, and as you can see, it fits in perfectly. Then I'll line up the top, and as you can see, it fits in perfectly. So this piece will go through here. All right, and that's how you use the template. it doesn't take long to actually, cut your holes for your hinges. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will be happy to help. Have a great time, and happy cutting.